welcome to Reddit on Reddit, the internet's auditory version of Reddit. I'm Nelson Allingham, joined by Michael Cambo Campbell.
Don't you dare touch me, Nelson.
I will.
Touch it! God damn it! The world's gone crazy.
Yep.
In the little time that we've had off between last week and this show.
Yeah.
We normally have a pre-show ritual of spitting in each other's mouths. And we've had to scrap it.
We thought that would be a bad idea. It would be a poor taste around this time.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about, Cambo. Some people are calling it a pandemic.
Yeah, the World Health Organization.
Yeah, some people. And others are saying that it's being handled poorly. Outraged by the fact.
Yep.
Me too. In fact, I agree with this. Because Reddit is plagued with COVID-19 memes. And it's a real problem, you know? It's really affecting our society and the way we live.
Yeah.
Can't go onto Reddit and not read something about, and not read some stupid meme.
Every subreddit is secretly themed coronavirus.
Yeah, exactly. And for the next few weeks, that's all we're going to be talking about because that's the only content I can get.
We don't want to hear about it. You don't want to hear about it. Yeah. We're going to talk about it.
It's going to happen, okay? You're over it. Everybody's over it.
Yeah.
It was surprising. God damn, it's so annoying. I had to scroll more than I've scrolled in my life just to find enough content for this show.
The effects of COVID-19 are far-reaching.
Yeah, that's right. I think we should... This is the Reddit virus. Maybe it's the Reddit 20. Does that roll off the tongue?
No, it also doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
COVID is like coronavirus disease 19.
Yeah.
Reddit.
Reddit. Red.
Yeah.
For Reddit.
Yeah.
ID. The identity
Reddit
of
identity.
This virus is the 20th one.
Okay.
There's been 19 other, more, you could say, viral interruptions to the Reddit website.
Nelson, we've just lost so many new listeners.
Who needs them?
We do.
They're all sick anyway. I don't want them. All right. Well, to get into that, Cambo, I thought what we'd do is I would get some of the funny coronavirus stuff. Not necessarily funny, but the different types of posts, I guess, that are being posted on Reddit in our first section. And then we'll never talk about it again. Okay?
No matter what?
No matter what. It's my promise to the listeners that I care and love about.
Yeah.
That after
but you don't want
this,
new ones, obviously.
Well, yeah. I mean, when they're better. I can't stress that enough, Cambo. I'm what they call a sick racist. You're even mildly sick.
I would suggest that this show, with all its surplus of episodes, is great for an isolation binge.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Think about that.
I take it back.
I want our sick listeners.
Yeah.
I don't want our listeners to be sick, but I want sick listeners, as in new ones.
Now I want lots of people to get sick.
Yeah. That's happening.
That
is happening now.
Oh my God. This is perfect, Cambo. Our podcast is on the rise. It's funny. Maybe something we can talk about, but I'll get into a few posts.
Sure.
This is the first one. I thought it was I thought it was funny. It was by Sergeant Noodles, and it was just like a fake screenshot of like a news heading that said 5-second rule shortened to 3 seconds amid growing health concerns. It's the little things, you got to consider.
And I, for one, am outraged.
Yeah, I know.
I grew up on the 5-second rule.
Yeah,
There's no need for it to change.
Yeah. When we were young, it was 10 seconds.
But it's funny, like it's funny. We were talking about this with enemy of the show, Josh Porter.
Yeah,
not long ago, and he was suggesting, he's from Welcome to Patchwork, in case people are watching. It's funny that the world is just having to change. And all the people that have been like real holdouts with change, they don't have an option here. And that kind of thing where it's like the 5-second rule become the 3-second rule, and us pretending to be outraged by that.
Yeah.
The real world equivalency of that.
Yeah.
It's funny that like the world has never been forced so universally to just be like, you all need to change.
It is genuinely amazing how much it's affecting everyone everywhere.
Yeah.
Like there has been nothing in our lifetime. Like obviously the closest things would be terrorist attacks, but they really affect, I mean, obviously 9/11 being the worst that really kind of affected the world in a deep way, but it didn't like touch everywhere. There are other, societies and cultures that kind of were unaffected by it.
And, not that we're super detached, but like here, I feel like it wasn't as big as it would have been if you were in America. You know? It's not that it didn't cover the news here, but this everywhere seems to be the same.
Well, I think, even in the sense like after 9/11, we still had much stricter security precautions at like airports and stuff. Whereas there would be other countries, I'm sure, in the world that like didn't, were just like not really affected culturally and probably didn't go to the same extents as other countries did.
So do you think then, because there are like 9/11 deniers and stuff like that, do you think that in a few years people will believe that coronavirus didn't exist? Or is it too big and has affected too many people that...
Well, there's people already that think that it was released by China to get rid of the weak within their society, but then also disrupt the American culture. And
I've heard all kinds of batshit. There's someone told me, and they weren't joking. Like, I've heard that they think maybe like Trump and his team released it because there's that trade war going on with China, and it would really like put them at a loss and it would help America. It's like, but aren't the stock markets crashing? Like, if that is true, which it's not, it's the worst plan I've ever heard.
That's right. It was not thought through well enough. Although, Trump administration, maybe. Okay, here's another one I have. This is by Cullen. The title of this image said, "Fuck these people." What do you think that might have been in relation to?
The people buying toilet paper.
So much toilet paper. So much toilet paper. I don't quite understand what the panic is over toilet paper. Like, how much toilet paper do people think that they are going to use? Or like, because these people in particular had probably 20 big packets of toilet paper.
20 big packets.
Yeah, that they were like shoving into their car.
Yeah, that's years worth.
That's so much. Yeah. It's like, I'm not sure people totally understand, and maybe I don't either. Maybe I'm the ignorant one, Cambo, and I'll be running out of toilet paper. But like, just how long this will go for, because my expectation is not that long in the overall scheme of things.
Yeah.
And especially, I guess, more at a time that you might be quarantined or you actually get sick. That period of time is not months, whereas it seems like people believe that it's going to be months and months and months of isolation and not being able to go anywhere.
Also, even if you think, well, there might be a chance that I can't leave the house for several months.
Yeah.
And what if I run out of toilet paper and I can't go to the shops to get toilet paper? But here's the thing, you can get toilet paper delivered.
Yeah.
Like, you go onto any of the supermarket websites and you can get home delivery.
Yeah. Do you know what we should do, Cambo? Get home delivery of toilet paper, but then raid the van. We should have everybody else's toilet paper.
Yeah.
We could get so much toilet paper.
And
you only have to buy one roll, and you can steal the rest.
Here's the thing. Like, when this was starting to happen, which was like last week, I remember I said to Stacey, I was like, this is going to be really annoying. Like, we have enough, don't we? She's like, yeah, we got like 5 or 6 rolls. Yeah. It's like, yeah, that's plenty. It'll get us to when we're meant to go away overseas. Yeah. Right? And now that is in limbo. Yeah. And we don't know whether we can go overseas anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, is that enough?
Yeah.
But there's also, when we were at your house the other night.
Yeah.
And people went down to the shops to get snacks and came back up with a thing of toilet paper. Being like, they had some. So.
Yeah. So I just needed to get. Yeah, a friend of ours literally said he had one roll at home. It's those people that I feel sorry for the most.
Yeah.
The ones that are like, no, I'm genuinely out of toilet paper. And it's wait, although I think he said that his parents probably had some stockpile. So
that's embarrassing, isn't it? To be like, Mom, Dad, I need toilet paper.
Yeah.
I couldn't be an adult.
Exactly.
I tried. I ran out of toilet paper.
How about this for a solution, Cambo? This is by Velexria. You should know installing a bidet attachment to your toilet is super easy and probably cheaper than stockpiling a ton of toilet paper.
But if you can't leave the house, can't go down to the bidet store, I'll order it online.
Oh
my God.
Well, I mean,
Everything
I think
can be
they're
ordered
saying
online.
order it now. Instead of going to the toilet roll store and beating up an old lady for the paper.
I was being facetious.
Oh.
Bidet attachment. I don't know. I've not used a bidet.
I have seen one, actually.
Yeah.
I've seen it attached because when I was inspecting an apartment once, I was like, what have they done to the toilet? Because you have to leave the top off. Anyway.
Oh, really?
Because you kind of like connect it within, or at least this particular model of toilet, you like connected it within. And I was like, maybe I should just start using a bidet. I've heard that they're quite good.
Yeah, I mean, I've never used one.
Like pleasant to use. It seems like the worst, but I think they're like, oh no, like makes you feel more comfortable that you've got everything.
Yeah, you're clean.
Yeah.
But do you how do
you wipe it afterwards?
Yeah, how do you dry?
I'm assuming you still wipe it afterwards.
Then you're not saving toilet paper.
Well, yeah, you would be.
I guess less toilet paper per use.
Yeah,
Okay.
You probably only need a little bit.
Yeah. It just seems like it doesn't like
towel.
I always thought that the bidet was the option. If you don't want to go toilet paper, you can get a bidet, but it seems like you can't use one without the other, right?
I mean, I think you can. I think people do use it without.
I just feel weird pulling up my pants still being wet.
Yeah, I don't know how wet it gets.
No, that's the thing, because I've never used one.
Yeah.
All of this is the ramblings of a man that's never used a bidet.
Yeah.
Criticizing it.
How about you could also do this, Cambo, which should I just call somebody out? Yeah, what? Why not?
Wait, do they listen?
No, this is like a semi-famous person that I vaguely know, and I know this story of. Axel Whitehead, who was a singer in Australia.
Is that the guy that flashed himself on TV?
Yeah, and like totally ruined his career. He really did. Yeah. The connection I have to Axel Whitehead was
you were like, do it
with him.
Do it, man. It'll be funny.
Well, I heard the whole story about this. So yeah. This guy flashed himself in front of like an awards night in Australia.
Was he from Australian Idol or something?
Yeah, I think Australian Idol, but then he hosted our TV Hits, which is like, TV Hits? Or something like that.
Video Hits, yeah.
Video Hits, which is like our music program in the morning. And it was like quite well known, pretty charismatic guy.
Yep.
And anyway, he on the night, like I think he was high or something while he was hosting the award night.
Yeah, he's hosting like a big Australian television awards night.
Yeah, and another friend of his, he said like met in the bathroom. He was like, I think I'm gonna flash myself, and the friend was like, yeah, that'd be funny. Thinking like he's not gonna do it. This is just a joke, and then he did it.
It's so weird that he pre-thought it.
I
know. That makes it even weirder.
That's weirder, right?
If spur of the moment you get caught up and do it, I would understand more than being like, no. I'm going to expose myself.
I'll get so many laughs.
So every time it comes back from commercial, like cuts him on stage, he's thinking, I could do it now.
Yeah, I could do it. Is this the right time to attack myself?
What do you know about Axel Whitehead?
He like stands on the edge of the toilet bowl.
Yeah.
And sort of squats. And then when he poops, it's like his cheeks are spread apart so much that you don't need a wipe.
Yeah. The more I hear about this Axel Whitehead, the more I think he's not right.
Well, I don't think that's wrong either, you know? I feel like some people... I feel like pre-toilets, Cambo, that's how we were pooping.
Yeah, but
we didn't use toilet paper back then either.
I feel like holding a squat is not a very... I sit on the toilet for so long.
That's meant to... Yeah. Take your phone away, Cambo.
I would never go to the bathroom without my phone. One time at work, because our bathroom's like down the hall, I got halfway there, realized I didn't have my phone. I went back for it.
Yeah. So funny. I do the same thing. But I think that posture of like when you're kind of near, or you've got your feet on the ground, but then you bob like all the way down. I hope people understand what I'm talking about. I'm doing a poor way in describing this, but that's meant to be like a natural way in which humans sit, but we have grown up on chairs and stuff, so then we're not as flexible to be able to do that. But I've heard that that's like meant to be a very natural way of sitting.
Should maybe one episode we do the whole podcast in that position and see?
Yeah,
it might be our best show yet.
See if we need to wipe our butts at the end.
Yeah. We'll be pooping, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll be pooping the whole time.
Two birds with one stone. I'm going to do one last one, Cambo. Reddit virus related.
Sure. I like to think that a majority of our listeners are from overseas, and we only introduce them to the very finest of Australian culture, be it the Montague Street Bridge or Axel Whitehead flashing himself on live TV.
Yeah.
Or the time that someone did blackface on Hey Hey, It's Saturday, and Harry Connick Jr. got visibly upset.
Yeah. I think everybody heard about that one.
Yeah.
Okay, this is by Arcteryx. And they say, this popped up in my feed, shared by a friend.
Oh, yeah. So this is from, is it White People Twitter?
No, this is Facebook.
White people, Insane People Facebook, right?
Insane People Facebook.
Yeah. There's a series, I like all of them. All of the subreddits of like White People Twitter, Insane People Facebook, they're all great.
It doesn't go well with my anti-negativity of Reddit, because they're normally quite negative.
Yeah.
But I've made an exception. This was in a group, Women's Weight Loss and Fitness.
Okay.
I really hate this society. All events cancelled. Restaurant closed for eating in. Bars closed. Most shops closed. Stupid ass people buying the most stupid shit and fighting at parking lots for a fucking flu that barely kills people. I don't care about weak people that die. Why the fuck would I care all of a sudden? Weak people die every day. People in Africa, India, South America, prisons, camps.
What?
I thought it was prison camps, but it's prisons, camps, Why are people dying on camps? Don't die on camps.
Is this the Chinese government?
Yeah, they're like, camps. We have a lot of them and a lot of people die.
Is this Xi Jinping has written in this women's
weight loss and fitness? Okay. But now all of a sudden it's white people dying. People we know, not allowed to joke about people we know or not allowed to care because it's my asthmatic niece or my grandmother. But forget all those other people in the world that barely live through the day. They closed the gyms for 2 weeks. Working out daily is the only thing that keeps me sane. Apparently. I need weights.
I don't think it works.
I need barbells. I need kettlebells. I need my power equipment. I'm in the middle of my schedule. If I can't keep it up, my progression from the past weeks is totally lost. I hope everybody gets it and all the weak people die. Everybody dies. If you die from this, that means your time has come. I hate this.
Wow.
There are
good points, yeah.
77 people out there. Makes total sense.
Yeah.
I think it's funny, actually, this point of the fact that there are... it's sort of funny because there's a lot of people out there that are taking this too seriously.
Yeah.
The ones that are buying too much toilet paper, the ones that are being like a little bit cavalier, and then some people that and then the opposite end, people that aren't taking it seriously enough and are being cavalier about it. And it's like, you know what? You need a healthy middle ground there. Okay. Don't go nuts and buy everything or stop, eating at Chinese restaurants because you just assume that every Chinese place is going to give you this virus or stupid things like that. But like, also, maybe don't go around. It's like that basketballer recently. He went around and touched all the microphones.
Joking
and then he ended up getting it. It's like, don't be that person either. You're an idiot. And this idea of like, weak people, should die and things like that. Or I've seen some posts about people that saying, I don't care if I get it sort of thing, and I'm still going to do my regular things or something like that. And they're like, I don't care if I die or whatever, or I feel like I'm strong enough. And, somebody's counterpoint being, well, no, it's not about you at all. It's about that you might infect somebody that,
Like for instance, I'm supposed to be traveling overseas soon.
Yeah.
Which, is a heightened risk already, but not only that, to a place in which the level is above here where we are. Mm-hmm. And so there is a chance I could contract it.
Yeah.
A small one.
Yeah.
But even if I did, I know I'd be okay. Yeah. We're young and we're pretty healthy. I'd be okay. But my dad, for instance, over 60 with diabetes, not so safe. You know?
Exactly.
So if I were to get home, I wouldn't see him.
Don't give him a hug.
No, I wouldn't. Yeah. I never would anyway because he knows what he did.
Yeah.
And until he apologizes, I never would. No.
In that case, Cambo, what's his life insurance policy?
Oh my God. It's like I can't comprehend being that self-centered. To be like, well, I'll be fine, so everyone should shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just odd. And I think this has really brought out the worst in some people in that way. Being like, oh, well, you really don't care about others.
Yeah,
That's weird.
Yeah,
you don't have to be like, super altruistic and go out of your way to help. But just to be like, hey, just for the safety of everyone, we're going to shut. And someone's like, oh, well, good one.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't
Fuck all the people that might die. Yeah.
What am I going to do? Do push-ups at home? Yeah. Yeah, that would work. Yeah.
Well, Big Jim doesn't want you to know about that. Don't tell them they can do push-ups at home.
Is it true that I can only do push-ups here? That's right.
Yes, you can. We've got the mats for them. Do you have these mats at home? I don't think so. All right, boy, we've been talking a lot about...
Also, just by the way, the biggest tragedy of all, the gym I go to, famous for its high fives after class.
Oh.
It's been banned.
Oh, the high fives have been banned. You know what, though? Like, that is kind of funny because... I mean, you yours is like a circuit class. Yeah. Like, you're all using the same thing.
Yeah.
High-fiving afterwards is surely...
I think, I think it's more of a just like... It would be if they weren't doing... I mean, they're doing more than that. They're disinfecting stuff and whatnot after every session and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I think it's more of a show of like, we know that you want people to stop touching, so we should stop,
Yeah. Tap on the butt instead.
Yep, tap on the butt. Nothing wrong
with that. If they've used a bidet, that's very clean. All right, we've been talking about that for so long, which goes to show just how annoying the coronavirus is right now. It takes up so much time and energy. Anyway, let's get into Ask Reddit. Ask Reddit. This Ask Reddit is by I like bacon 999. If there was a company that did historical tours via time travel, what trips would be in high demand?
Ooh, so the high demand, there's the high demand ones, and there's the one I'm going to choose.
Okay.
The high demand one would be stuff like Woodstock, right? Like big historical cultural things, but they're also fun to be at because that's important.
Yeah.
Like, no one's going to be like, let's go to the Spanish Inquisition. Like, no, it was horrible.
Yeah, I mean, if you got a view like of the I'm imagining if I can time travel, I can also hover in my spaceship like above and just watch what's happening.
Yeah. Like, so much Inquisition.
Look at all this Inquisition happening.
But it's like, there's the famous, like, Hendrix with his light his guitar on fire or whatever. It's Woodstock.
Yeah, I think that was an accident. They put it out straight away.
But you'd know.
Yeah.
Because people talk about it in legend, but if you're like, it's on fire, and they quickly go put it out, you're like, this isn't all it cracked up to be.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you where I'd go now. You can come with me. Tell you where. Let's go to Dallas. Mm-hmm. Kennedy assassination.
Okay.
Grassy Knoll.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Maybe
you have to sign a waiver. Don't tell anyone, obviously.
What?
Whoever the Grassy Knoll shooter was.
Right.
Or if there was one.
Yeah. What if we get to the Grassy Knoll?
And it's us. Oh, my God. And someone hands us a gun like, shoot!
I've just picked up a gun and I'm like, Cambo, somebody left their gun back. Oh, my God! Oh, I'll put that down. Back. Oh my God, it happened again.
Because that's why they never found us. We literally got back out of time.
We went out of time. Now, this is what I think happens, Cambo. We all go into the Grassy Knoll. There's a lot of other time travelers there.
Yeah.
You didn't think that there'd be anybody there, but there's enough people for there to be a crowd. Very hard to find an assassin when you're in a crowd full of people.
We've helped him.
Yeah, exactly. If nobody went back in time to see who was on the Grassy Knoll.
Like, hey, it's that one guy.
It's that one guy. He's the one guy on the knoll. Get that guy. But I like your thinking. Solving problems.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
No, I just want to know things. I'm not going to solve anything. I'm not going to stop him.
Yeah. Solving, okay, crime, but really just for our own interest.
Yeah. Like go to the house with the O.J. Simpson murder. I just want to know if he did it.
Yeah. And see if the glove fit.
Yeah,
is that what it was about?
Yeah. If the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit. That was the
yeah.
Yeah.
And like you see him put on a glove that doesn't fit right. You're like, he still tried to wear it.
Yeah.
I really have no idea about that case. No, that's the only thing I know about that case.
But all I know is there's a lot of back and forth. Did OJ do it? Did he not do it? I just want to know. I'll look through the window.
Now,
there he is, murdering her.
Yeah. Would you feel obliged to stop it? I mean, we could mess with the space-time continuum.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like where does causality come into it? I mean, it comes into it as soon as we stop it.
In fact, I think as soon as we're just even there.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, but we can change causality a bit.
Yeah, just a tiny touch. So, okay, that's great. Look, that's a good idea. How about if you go anywhere, we could go to
the start of this podcast and say you're going to be doing it for so long.
You guys, stop. Maybe. Stop now.
We'll stop. We'll be sitting at that weird kitchen table in the outer eastern suburbs of Melbourne.
Episode 1.
Suddenly, there we appear in the other side of the kitchen.
Yeah. In tattered clothing, smoking.
The clothing is unrelated.
Yeah. Covered in tomato sauce. Just done eating a pie, I guess. Guys, think about this. 12 more years.
Or here's the thing, right? We could use this to our advantage. Just for like, I want the biggest amount of advantage for the dumbest thing or the smallest thing.
Yeah.
So say, for instance, you've been a guest before on Escape This Podcast.
Yeah.
Right? But what if you listen to the podcast you're going to be on? You know all the clues. And you go back in time and then you look like a genius. Being like, I've solved this problem right away. No problem.
Then
I know the answer is probably, I don't know, this, and you know it's the correct answer.
Yeah. Oh my God, I could do that just throughout my whole life. Why would I waste it on a podcast?
Because you want to do the most amount of things for the smallest amount of thing.
Because, yeah, that's true. No, but like tests in high school and stuff like that. I mean, I feel like then I wouldn't have the intelligence later on. But like, Nelson, you've aced every test in high school. You can now run the space program of NASA. Like, oh boy, should thought this one through. But anyway, but then
except the thing is, in this world, if time travel exists, there'd have to be that thing with tests being like, you got every single answer correctly. Right? You didn't go back in time knowing all the answers and redo it, did you?
Yeah.
No.
You just have to say no, though. But how are they going to prove it?
It's true. Go back in time and check.
Yeah. Well, do you know what I've learned? Lying is foolproof. If you just lie, he's going to... Watch this, Cambo. I don't have the coronavirus.
Oh, my God. We touched so much. We spat in each other's mouth. We couldn't help ourselves.
We said we didn't do it, but we really did. It's such a disgusting thought. Okay. How do we do it?
I'm picturing it like
across
a bird.
the room.
I'm picturing it like a bird.
Okay.
Like you have your mouth open and I'm above you.
Oh, God. It's like
and then we swap.
I like the idea that we're like across the side of the room from each other. And we might miss a few times. One person's just got their mouth open, like trying to catch. This is so disgusting. Oh my God.
That's good.
Okay.
That'll be our first live stream.
Okay. Oh God. Okay. This is another Ask Reddit, Cambo. Is this okay? Oh, we're going really late. Oh. Okay, yeah, I'll do this one. Who's still... Oh, this is by Jeremiah Blues. Who's still alive that you're surprised isn't dead yet?
Well, you know who mine always was? Kirk Douglas. Recently died, but every time he'd come up...
Can you remind me who he is?
He's Michael Douglas's father. He was Spartacus in the movie Spartacus. He was like a big Hollywood star.
Right.
In like the
Just like an
40s.
extremely old dude.
Yeah, 103, 104 when he died, I think. Every time he came up, I was like, it's crazy he's not dead.
Yeah, yeah.
And about 3 or 4 years ago, they brought him out at the Academy Awards on Catherine Zeta-Jones's arm.
Yeah.
And I was so scared he was going to die right there.
Right then and
he
there.
looked terrified.
Yeah, yeah.
So he was always my go-to. I cannot believe he's still alive.
Yeah.
But evidently, he couldn't believe it.
He couldn't believe it either.
So he died.
It's like, oh my God, I'm still alive.
Like last week or the week before, very recently.
Right.
Like he died
super
really recently. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. I was going to say the Queen. What is she doing? What is she
crazy.
eating?
It's crazy.
There's something that's... Although I think I read not that long ago that she is...
Dead.
For like 4 years off being the longest running monarch.
Yeah.
Which I was like, oh, really? Because... She's quite old. I'm surprised somebody else had such a longer running...
That's true. And she got sworn in quite young.
Yeah, and she did really young, so it's not like she had the age
Maybe it's one of
advantage
those you always
so
see
much.
tales with like a king being sworn in when he's like 4 or something like that. Maybe it's like
maybe
one of those
insane
situations.
like that. Yeah, it could
or it's
be.
like being born into being the king or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's something crazy like that. Do you think that when she murdered Diana, she took her life?
I think
she got
so.
what remaining life was left in Diana, who was only, like in her 30s maybe?
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe she's going to outlive us.
I think it started with JFK.
She took
And
JFK's
then-
life.
Yeah.
She was on the Grassy Knoll.
Yeah, she was on the Grassy Knoll.
Yeah.
But I think that's how it works.
Yeah. So what we're saying is the Queen is a murderer, but when she murders people, she does take on their life.
Yeah. But she seems so sweet.
I don't know. She doesn't seem that sweet.
What I wonder, she's got a nice smile. Yeah, she's always smiling at people.
I guess.
You know?
I don't know. She seems kind of...
What I'm trying to say
Over
is, was Diana really that great?
Well, no, that's why she murdered her.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm on the Queen's side. That's what I'm saying.
Right. She was ruining the family.
Yeah. Anywho, or also, you know who else I'm surprised is still alive?
I've just realized I'm now very scared for Meghan Markle.
Oh
She's very young.
She's very young.
Oh my God.
Very attractive.
Oh no.
Oh, she's the next girl for sure. This is who I'm surprised isn't dead yet. Is Trump. Honestly, I thought somebody would have been on the Grassy Knoll, if you know what I mean. Cambo.
Maybe it's because all those SJWs are too weak. They'd never do it.
Yeah, I reckon.
Bloody cucks.
It just does seem like out of anyone in the past little while, he would be the most targeted for assassination. But
yeah, but you could say like I would say that people that are racist are more inclined to maybe be violent.
perhaps.
And the first black president you think would maybe incite a lot of
Yeah,
violence.
that's
But,
true.
yeah,
Yeah, he survived.
largely alive, so...
Or like Putin, maybe?
yeah. He must be...
Although a
I
lot
reckon-
of Russians love Putin.
Yeah, and I reckon it'd be hard to get to.
Yeah, that's true. Anywho, let's get into Today I Advice. So now it's time for Today I Learned. What are these Today I Learned. And also sometimes advice. This Today I Learned is by Meta4, but it wasn't really. He obviously cross-posted it to our subreddit. It was originally by Mr. Kingler. Or Mr. King LA, maybe.
Oh, yeah, could be that.
Don't know. Today I learned Shia LaBeouf was caught plagiarizing Daniel Close's work. In response, he tweeted apologies that were later discovered to be plagiarized from public figures, including Nick Clegg. When called out by Lena Dunham for his skywriting apology to Chloe, he apologized to her using her own apology tweets.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that I love about Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Is that he's so crazy
Yeah.
that he's never the bad guy.
This was actually the beginning of everything.
Oh, this was like the first time people were like, "Oh, he's insane."
This is where he went over the edge.
Yeah.
So yeah, he'd made a short film, and it was pretty heavily plagiarized from like a graphic novel.
Okay.
And the author's like, "Hey, that's my thing. That's weird."
Yeah.
And then he was like tweeting these weird apologies that weren't his apologies. Also, Lena Dunham, I'm pretty sure this might be libelous because I don't know it for sure. I'm pretty sure she like sexually abused her sister. So being called out by her,
yeah.
fuck on the gutter black. Anyway,
Yeah. Oh, is that where her apology tweet came from?
yeah.
I apologize to my sister for all the touching.
Yeah. That might be wrong.
Okay, whatever.
I don't know.
It's factual.
Yeah. But this was the start of it. Not long after this is when he wore the paper bag over his head. Saying I'm not famous anymore. He also went on something called the Apology Tour.
Yeah.
In which he sat in a room with a bag on his head.
Yeah.
And people could come in and say and do anything they want to him. And he just stood there. There's a video online, I think, from Screen Junkies where one of the guys goes in and he films it. And he's like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you're a millionaire.
Yeah.
Why are you just sitting here?"
Yeah.
And he like pulls the bag of his head and it is Shia. And then he's like crying. It's very weird.
That's brilliant. I love him. It's like, I just wish like more insane people existed just for like entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
Like he kind of isn't doing anything that's, hurt someone necessarily. I mean, okay, he's plagiarized a little bit of work, but then the fact that he kind of just kept going with the tweets and stuff, for some reason, seems to sort of make it okay in the first place that he plagiarized work. It's like, oh, he was doing a thing, sort of.
Yeah, it was art, probably.
Yeah. And it's like, that's fine. I love that.
And
I love the idea that he just sat in a theater one day and watched all the Transformer movies and filmed just himself.
He didn't just watch all the Transformers movies. He watched all of his movies.
Oh, it was all of his movies.
All of his movies.
Yeah.
With an audience. You could go and watch them with him.
Brilliant. It's so brilliant.
My favorite bits,
for good reason.
Because there are bits where he looked over it.
Yeah.
I think especially during the Transformers movies, he was just kind of like, oh, yeah. But there's every now and then there'll be a movie on, and I was never even sure what movie, but he was having a good time.
Yeah.
I'm like, good on you.
Yeah.
Like, enjoy Holes. That's a good movie, man.
Yeah. So, but I think like that is just so, I would love to be rich enough to just do weird things like this. Don't you think? Like, I would love that if I was like rich and famous enough that I could be like, I'm just going to go outside and rub oil on myself and stick feathers to my body and just walk around.
Do you know what would be a really great and expensive troll? If we were rich enough, right? We pick a neighborhood.
Yeah.
We buy a house, right? And we look at the neighbor's house.
Yeah.
We demolish the house we brought and we start rebuilding an exact replica of the neighbor's house.
Okay.
But never tell them why. So every time they're like, oh, it's looking pretty similar. I'm like, I don't see it. And then like to the point where we like do recon and we recreate their house exactly and never ever tell them why.
Never tell
because
anyone.
they'd just be sitting there sometimes being like, why are they doing that?
It's
very weird.
Yeah. And then what you should do is as soon as it's built, knock it down again.
And rebuild the original house.
As soon as it, almost make a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
Like invite the neighbors around.
Yeah. Oh,
and they will like, everybody's wanting to ask the question, hey, didn't you just rebuild this house brick from brick?
Yeah.
You cut a little tape just as a bit of a joke. And then you blow a whistle, and then a bulldozer comes through from the backyard and tears it down again.
The ultimate insult for this. So you make an exact replica of their house, invite them for the unveiling, and then knock it down in front of them. And if they go, "Why did you knock it down?" You're like, "Thought it was shit." You did all of it just to tell them that you think their house is shit.
I bought it because I liked it. Then I thought it was shit. I'm demolishing it again.
Anyway, I'm moving out.
To another neighborhood. Okay. It's pretty good.
I reckon
like
Shia
it,
might.
Cambo.
But this sounds up Shia's street. He might back us.
We should try to get him on the show.
Yeah.
And just try
He
and
might.
encourage crazy ideas from him.
He's the first guest we might get because he just might.
Yeah. I like it. Do you know what? Just thinking of random art installations. There was this guy that I think my brother went to see. Can't remember where he was. America? Actually, I think it might have been in the UK. I don't know. But some guy, you walk into this room and there's like a paved like road. It's in a museum. And a guy was just buried underneath, still alive. And then that was the thing. It was like you could just be on top of him while he's still in there alive. And he did it for like a pretty decent amount of time.
Right.
It's like, that's amazing.
If you walk in certain areas of paved road anywhere, could be a dead body.
Could be a dead
You
body.
never know.
Yeah.
It's all art.
That's why the art is that he was alive.
Yeah, I guess.
You can walk in a graveyard.
But they really frown upon you walking over the graves.
Yeah. Not if they don't know, Cambo.
So you break in there at night.
Yeah.
Stop around all you want.
Oh, I love walking over dead bodies.
We should probably move on.
Yeah, let's move on to shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts, 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 shower thoughts, 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 shower thoughts, 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 shower thoughts, thoughts, thoughts.
Cambo, you know how I said we're never going to mention the coronavirus again?
What is it?
I literally couldn't help myself for shower thoughts because...
And it's not like you're like, oh, go on, let's have another. You couldn't help it.
I couldn't. Okay, this is by Ruined in Red 10. You've probably heard this one a bit, Cambo. I heard it a few times. In 13 years and 9 months, we will see the rise of quaranteens.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good one.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It depends. Yeah. I guess, I think, and like you can trace back most people, like for us, for instance.
Yeah.
We're born in October. You're October 13, right?
Yeah.
What's 9 months before that?
Oh,
February.
sure.
February 14.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
Oh.
We're both probably Valentine's babies, right? We're born quite close to each other.
Yeah, that's true.
I think there's a majority of mid-October babies
Yeah.
it's 9 months from Valentine's.
We know.
Yeah.
That's good. I've never thought about that before.
Really?
Cambo. I can't believe
That's
I'd never thought about that. I'm so close as well. I'm
Yeah.
like one
Yeah.
day off.
Did you arrive on time as a baby?
I think
Were you a day early?
I think I was early. I think I was exactly a day early. That's pretty funny. This is what I'm thinking, Cambo. Could be the rise of the quaranteens, or could be the rise of mutant humans.
That would be
Think about
way
this.
more interesting.
Everybody's having sex, but they have COVID-19, have babies, come out, they got like wings and shit. I don't know how viruses work. But
No. It's normally first base is wings.
yeah.
Second base is and shit.
Yeah.
Claws and extra eyes.
I think this is how evolution works.
Yeah.
It's a species gets infected
Yep.
with a disease,
Yep.
then they mate because they're quarantined. And then you come out with new abilities.
Can I just say, as a man that's
We were
red,
due for an upgrade, Cambo.
As
What was the last thing we got?
Yeah, we've still
The
got
thumb?
We've still got like the appendix.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever.
Outdated. It's like when you get a computer that still has like a CD-ROM drive. Like,
Yeah.
it's not needed anymore.
Yeah,
We've upgraded.
We don't need it. We've got
The
USB
appendix,
ports.
and people, please quote me on this. The appendix is the CD-ROM drive of the human body.
Yeah. What's the floppy disk drive?
What do you think? Tonsils.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
You know what, Cambo? I threw it at you thinking you'd come up with nothing. You turned up with gold. I was like, I guess anything else, wisdom teeth. Turns out we take out a lot from our bodies. We're like, nah, this is no good. Don't need any of this.
Nelson, that was so dumb, I forgot my point.
I don't know. I was talking about mutants coming from something stupid anyway. Let's get to another one. This is How Are Ya? 79. Years from now, we will look back at this time in our lives as the Wipening.
But I think like people are stockpiling a lot of toilet paper, but are people wiping more? Is this an unknown symptom of the coronavirus?
Cambo, maybe we should be wiping more. I've never considered this. I thought it was just people going insane thinking they'd run out of toilet paper by the usual amount of you needing to use it.
Yeah.
Maybe to prevent the coronavirus, you need a wipe.
I haven't seen excessive shitting as one of the symptoms.
Yeah.
And in fact, I said to you the other day, when I Googled it, it did come up. Google comes up with like an official little thing about the coronavirus, and it says symptoms: sore throat, maybe like a chest, like maybe some trouble breathing,
cough,
runny nose, cough, severe cases, death. It's like, that escalated very quickly.
Yeah. You might have a little bit of this or death. It's funny. I've been so I was sick this week. I got told to not go into work until I got tested. I don't think the health organization would really love the idea of just anyone being like, "Oh, you better get tested regardless," because I went into the doctor and I told him my symptoms, had a fever, that matches coronavirus.
Yep.
Turns out it matches a ton of other things.
Like having a fever.
And he's like, "Oh, you got a cough at all?" Or which I think is like a big part of it. And I was like, "No, not even a little bit." "Oh, sore throat?" "Nope." And he's like, "Well, you don't have any of the symptoms." Okay, are you sure? Sure you want? I was like, "Yeah, I kind of have to."
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on the results because it takes longer for people who don't have it. Well, they don't suspect it.
You're not a priority, are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, well, he had none of the symptoms.
Yeah.
Should we test it? Yeah, we'll leave that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. By the time you get your results back, this thing may have blown over.
Yeah, that's true.
In like 3 or 4 months, you'll get a call at your office. Yeah. And he's like, "You can go back to work now."
Oh, thank you. I did see another video actually, just speaking of the Wipening. And I thought it should have been one that it was perhaps shared more. And it was about an employee who was on a forklift and he was just going around this warehouse kind of doing donuts and showing it was just a warehouse filled with toilet paper. And he was like, "People need to stop worrying. We've got a lot of toilet paper. Yeah. It's not running out at all. So just like chill out a bit." I thought that was like, share that a bit more. Yeah. Let people know that like you're not going to run out.
No, because then people will be like, "Where is that?"
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Yeah, you see the problem.
I see. Oh my God, Cambo. I've just realized what this really is. It's a deep fake. There's no, this is my conspiracy.
So do you know what a deep fake is?
Yeah. The worker was actually Tommy Lee Jones. Oh, right. The toilet paper in the background, CGI.
Yeah.
It was actually a burning building because they were representing that everything's fine, but it's really not. It's burning. And we should be panicking, I think, is what I've decided. Because when it comes out that was a fake video, I'll be the one that told you, Cambo. Just remember that, and I'll have tons of toilet paper.
When Tommy Lee Jones is forced to admit he didn't do the donuts on that forklift,
I bet if I asked him, he said he didn't do it. Right? I mean, would you believe somebody who said that?
If that interaction happens, I want it to be in a drain pipe. Right near the edge of a drain pipe.
Okay.
And you've got your hands up. Yeah. And he's got a gun at you like in the future. He's like, "I know it wasn't you in the deep fake. I don't care." And then you jump.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Okay.
You still want to do more?
I'm deciding.
I've been going for a long time.
Yeah, I think Podnapping is going to take a while. Okay, let's get into Podnapping.
Oh my God! I'm being podnapped!
Podnapping. You have to avoid the screen.
That's fine.
This is Podnapping. This is Podnapping, where we nap a pod. We take a topic of conversation or a segment from another podcast. Sometimes we make up our own podcast segments. That's mainly what we've been doing, actually. the way I've been making my podcast segments is I come up with the name of a segment.
Yep.
I have no idea what it could be about.
Yep.
I get the listeners to vote on it, and then I make it up from there.
That's actually how they came up with the show Law and Order.
Yeah, that's
That
right.
was voted on. He's like, Laura, what would that be about? I guess detectives and judges.
Yeah.
Law and Order. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, I'll do that. So this week, the one that made it up was Rambo Cambo versus the world.
Yeah.
And so in this, I asked some listeners to help me out. They had to fill in a Google form.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Was not that hard at all, Cambo. Okay. In fact, I've heard rumors that the listeners loved doing it. Oh. Yeah. They said it was the best thing they've done in their lives.
For that video you got from Tommy Lee Jones?
Yeah.
That's something to tell you.
He sent it to me. I mean, it was from Tommy Lee Jones, but it was one of the listeners in the video. Very confusing.
Well,
but-
Tommy Lee Jones is a big fan.
Yeah. Anyway, so the premise behind this one is your Rambo Cambo, perhaps an alter ego of yours.
Is it Rambo Cambo? Are we talking like John Rambo action hero?
It could be whatever you like.
Okay.
I've put Rambo Cambo in certain scenarios, and I've asked the listeners to say whether they think that Rambo Cambo would win or lose that specific scenario.
Yep.
Some are fights, some are something a little bit more technical or whatever. And I've put a few different caveats and things. So I want you to first say whether you think Rambo Cambo will win or will lose the scenario.
Yep.
Perhaps even, although it doesn't affect the results, some strategies that you might, as Rambo Cambo, put in place to try and win the fight.
Yep. Here's what I need to consider. This isn't Cambo. This is Rambo Cambo.
This is
Does he have
Rambo
abilities beyond me? Or is this Cambo?
I mean, it's just Cambo.
I'd like to.
It's as if you put a different T-shirt on that said Rambo Cambo.
Right.
And you were like, I am Rambo Cambo.
I have all the same interests and abilities as regular Cambo, but I am in this shirt.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So that's the important part of it.
So accent
it's basically you.
Accent not required.
Accent not required. So first you need to say whether you think the listeners thought you were going to win or lose, and then perhaps what percentage you think.
Wait, here's the thing though. Do I say what I think and then we hear what the listeners think? And that will actually tell us where my mental state is compared to what the listeners really think of me.
Okay,
Or do I just need to,
that's what we'll do.
I just need
I
to
was
guess
going to
if the
try and
listeners...
turn it into game, but I think you're right. You just say whether you think you're going to win and what strategies you would put in place to win.
Yeah.
Or how you would lose or something.
And then
I'll tell you what the listeners
And that's checked against what the listeners really think.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
And then maybe you can guess percentage or something. I don't know. There's no scoring system at all. Anyway, okay. This is the first one.
Yep.
Rambo Cambo versus a 70-year-old lady in a fist fight. But with each punch Rambo Cambo lands, the old lady gains 5 pounds of muscle and de-ages 5 years until she reaches the age of 20.
Interesting. I want to say, first of all, regular 70-year-old woman, not a problem. I'd knock the shit out of her.
Yeah.
I'd beat her to a pulp.
Yeah.
But this specific scenario, 5 pounds of muscle, and she gets 5 years younger. So how
5 pounds of muscle? I feel like is quite that's a lot of muscle as well.
But like I would say that you can have muscle, but you also need to have like ability, right?
Okay, you think
Like
that maybe
unless she just like throws herself on me and crushes me with muscle.
Yeah,
which is a possibility.
But I mean, I think that's why I maybe added that she de-ages 5 years as well. So, she becomes a little more spry perhaps in that.
I want to work out at which age can I stop defeating this old lady. And that's how many punches I can kind of land.
So,
because the thing is,
you need at least one punch.
The thing is,
then she becomes. So could you one punch a 70-year-old?
This is the question. Am I just knocking her unconscious? Is that a win?
Yeah, I mean, that would be a win.
I reckon if I smacked her across the back of her head with like a wooden plank, I reckon she's down.
No, fist fight, Cambo. Don't break the rules.
Sorry.
God.
Right, okay. I'd have
If you punched a this is the question. If you punch a 7-year-old lady,
Would I knock her
would you
out?
knock her out / kill her in one go?
I've been going to the gym
I think
a lot
she's
lately.
prepared, by the way.
Okay.
You're both like,
Yeah,
it's not like you can do this while she's in her armchair.
Look, I don't want to have to say this,
Yeah.
but if I went for the temple,
Oh, yeah.
I reckon I could do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I reckon one
I sort of think
swift,
50.
like knuckle out punch to
Yeah.
the temple, going down like a bag of potatoes.
I think you probably could, actually.
Yeah.
I sort of agree. But I think that, if you haven't knocked it down at that one, chances
65.
are you could. And if she's defending
okay.
herself a little bit, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like if she's got her hands up and you punch her arm, she manages to deflect.
Yeah.
You've only punched her arm. She's 65 and 5 pounds of muscle heavier, Cambo.
No, here's what I do. Because
That's-
I think that my reflexes as a man in my 20s would be better than her reflexes. I'd fake punch to the left and real punch to the right.
Good,
Knuckle
yeah.
out into the temple.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, right? If that didn't knock her down, I'd do the same thing right away because I think even at 65,
Yeah.
big knuckle to the temple.
Yeah. But see, even 65, 65 actually isn't that old, I think.
Yeah.
People can still be relatively spry at 65. So
I'm not saying she
If you
doesn't got
get-
fight in her.
if
And
you
she
get-
might land a few punches
yeah,
to me.
I reckon if you get more than
maybe
if you take like 3 punches,
Yeah.
I think you could be in trouble.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Once they're in their 50s,
Yeah.
I think 60. Like my dad's 60,
Yeah.
he could beat me up.
Yeah.
So I didn't take that into consideration. I reckon 3 punches
Okay.
is all I've got to knock this
all
one
right.
out.
So you're saying that Rambo Cambo wins or Rambo Cambo loses?
I think Rambo Cambo wins.
Yeah, okay. 61.5%. Oh, was I going to get you to guess? Whatever. 61.5% of the listeners agrees with you. They think that you'd win, but 38.5% think you'd lose.
I want their names, Nelson. I want their names and I want them on my desk tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, boy. I probably shouldn't share that information, but I will. Actually, no, nobody filled in their details.
Oh, what?
And I didn't even get emails. I thought that I automatically got them, but I didn't. Anyway.
Well, I was going to individually write them all. But
Yeah.
that's gone out the window.
Say, where are you? What's your address? Okay, this is next time. We might need to go through these a little bit quicker. Okay, simply. It's fine, whatever. People are in quarantine. They need to fill up the time.
Quarantine, bitch.
Rambo Cambo versus an angry bull in a battle to the death. Rambo Cambo is armed with a red cape and a revolver with only 1 bullet in the chamber. In brackets, Rambo Cambo feels no remorse for killing the bull.
Yeah. I reckon the bull's got me.
Okay.
Because they're tough.
Yeah.
And I mean, a revolver is a very powerful weapon. But I'd need to get it. If I don't kill it,
Yeah.
I could. Oh, here's the thing.
Originally,
I could sacrifice my body,
Yeah.
let it charge right at me, because then I get a clear shot at the head as it's coming. But
Yeah.
I need to keep my nerve.
Yeah.
That's the problem, right? And if
Okay.
I don't keep my nerve,
Yeah.
it tramples me.
Yeah.
And then I wasted my bullet, and then it can just keep trampling me.
Yeah.
I could maybe take 1 trample.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think maybe the key to this is getting hit.
Yeah.
Because then it kind of like gauls people. That's when its head
but-
is in the one
But
place
here's
for
the
the
problem.
longest.
Do you think you're going to be holding onto a thing when you're being gorged? I reckon your reflex would be you'd probably
You've
drop
got a
it.
cape. You could tie the gun
Oh,
to your
that's
hand.
not bad.
Yeah.
I still reckon the bull would take me.
Yeah, I reckon, look, it's pretty true. I think that there would be a way that if you kind of played with the bull for a bit, got used to how it's going around.
Made friends with it.
Made friends with it.
False sense of security.
Yeah. Invited over for a picnic.
Back of there.
Okay, so do you want to get... So you're saying you lose. Do you want to guess if the listeners agree with you and perhaps what percentage?
I think the listeners probably do agree with me.
Yep.
Let's say 70% think I would lose.
Okay. 61.5% think you would lose. Some people have more faith in you, Cambo.
Yeah.
38.5%.
What are their names?
think you miss it. Okay, this is the third one. Rambo Cambo versus 9 versus 15 9-year-olds. The children are armed with school supplies such as staplers, rulers, and sticky tape.
Yep.
Rambo Cambo is armed with a yo-yo.
I'd like my chances here.
Okay, yeah.
We've talked. This is a weird sentence today. We've talked a lot about beating up school kids on this podcast.
Yeah.
And I think we fancy ourselves
Yeah.
quite the destroyer of school children.
This is what we want to say from this podcast.
Yeah.
We could one-hit a 70-year-old lady.
We're friends with Tommy Lee
We're
Jones.
friends with Tommy Lee Jones. And we could beat up a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a yo-yo.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I think I'd use the yo-yo like in my fist just as extra force.
Oh, okay.
Like because
yeah.
like if you're swinging around and you hit someone in the head, it's not really going to do much, is
Well,
it?
somebody hasn't seen Ninja Turtles 2, obviously. I think it was quite effective. I feel like getting hit in the head with a yo-yo.
I think it also depends on what kind of yo-yo. The cheaper plastic.
That's true.
You know
I didn't
what I mean?
say which one.
Is it a
I was
metal
imagining
yo-yo?
something that was kind of sturdy, like wouldn't break if you gave it a few hits. But I'm not. I didn't specify that.
Yeah.
So
Because what do they got? School supplies. Does that include a compass?
yeah, of course.
Jeez, okay, I didn't think about a compass.
Yeah.
But as soon as I get my hands on one of the compass,
Oh, I didn't consider you could just pick up their weapon.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I just need to destroy one of them utterly. Like break his back over my knee.
Yeah.
I've got a compass.
Yeah.
Put a compass in a yo-yo. I'm swinging the yo-yo over my head and I'm stabbing with the compass. Yeah, I reckon I could take this.
Yeah. Okay. You put up a convincing argument, Cambo. So you think you win?
Yep.
Do you think that the listeners agree with you?
Oh, no.
And what? Okay. All right.
I think the listeners maybe think I'd lose by. I think it's close. I think maybe 55% think I'll lose.
76.9% of people think you'll lose.
Oh, what? No, who are they? I'm going to come at them with a yo-yo.
Yeah. I'll show them who will win.
How dare they?
Okay. Rambo Cambo versus Arnold Schwarzenegger in a bodybuilding contest. Rambo Cambo can use steroids, and Arnold Schwarzenegger is of the same age and physique he is now. Each person has 12 months to prepare.
I don't have a chance because Arnold Schwarzenegger's had 50 years of being able to use steroids. My 1 year of using steroids ain't going to help.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming he doesn't use them right now.
But he still had all the effect. Like what he's got from the steroids.
Yeah.
His physique hasn't gone, has it?
It's gone a lot.
I still think he's an incredibly strong man, probably stronger than he would have been had he not done all the steroids for so many years.
Right, yeah. That's true. I've seen him do some training, but...
Yeah, like he's not an absolute, like he's not cut out of marble like he used to be.
Yeah.
But like, especially for his age. Yeah, he could destroy me. He still does the Arnold Challenge every year. He goes and like he knows all the I don't know any of the bodybuilding stuff.
Yeah,
like there's like bodybuilding has all these rules to it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like these specific rules, and he's been in that world since he's like 21.
Yeah.
I think 12. No way.
Okay. That's surprising. I actually genuinely think you would win and convincingly. I think steroids are very powerful. I can give you like big muscles very quickly. I think it would be a struggle for him to like keep on the that muscle and that physique because the bodybuilding is about like the figure and what it looks like at the end. I reckon even though he has such a big advantage, I think with the steroids it's pretty.
Am I underestimating steroids?
I think maybe.
Yeah, but
I think steroids are pretty amazing.
You're underestimating my love of chocolate.
Yeah,
because steroids are great, but you need to eat well. Like, you can't just take steroids. Steroids doesn't get you completely ripped. It helps you build muscle, but you still need to eat the steamed chicken and broccoli.
That's true. He'd be very disciplined when it comes to that stuff.
And I'm not.
Yeah.
We all know that.
Okay. Do you think that the listeners agree with you or they think that you would win?
Surely they don't think I'd beat Arnold. No way.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
69. Nice.
Yeah.
Percent of people think that you would lose. 30.8% think you'd win. Here's another one. Okay, this one's a little long. Rambo Cambo versus Elon Musk in a race to send a human to Mars. Rambo Cambo has the same resources available to him as Elon Musk, but must understand the science and mathematics behind sending a shuttle to Mars as if, given enough time, he could create and send the shuttle himself. Rambo Cambo has a 10-year head start. every tweet that Elon Musk posts within the initial 10-year period that is considered controversial by a majority of the population gives Rambo Cambo an extra 6 months of time to prepare. The humans sent to Mars must survive the journey.
Yep.
For clarity, as an example, Rambo Cambo would only have to understand how to calculate how fast a shuttle would need to go and at what angle to accommodate for gravitational pull. He wouldn't have to complete the exact mathematic formula for each time this was required to be calculated for the journey.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I've got a few questions. Mm-hmm. One, what do I get if I win this? Because this is 10 years of my life I'm dedicating. I want
Bragging rights, Cambo.
I want a prize.
I guess.
Otherwise, I might just give up.
I said you have the same resources that's available to you as Elon Musk.
That's fine.
In the 10 years,
yeah.
you could blow at least one of them on just luxury cruises.
Yeah, that's good actually. Yeah, I'll just take a couple scientists with me.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm thinking. This is my strategy.
Yeah.
I think strategy number one is to taunt Elon Musk on social media into like I'll bait him.
Yeah.
Being like the things I'll say aren't nice. I'll use like homophobic stuff and whatever.
Yeah.
Just so it's like you're an absolute dickhead and people are like, hey, you need to be above this, Elon.
Okay. Yeah.
Really. I'm saying. Really, I'll bait him.
Right.
I'll bait him good.
Okay.
Give me as much time as possible.
Yeah.
And then if I get enough time, and it expands beyond my lifetime, I never have to prove myself. All I have to do is get him to give me enough extra time that I die naturally with all of his resources. And I've lived a great life.
I like that you have zero confidence in yourself to actually be able to understand the mathematics
here's
behind.
The thing. If we both die, do I win?
No.
10 years? Yeah.
You would win?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you think the listeners agree with you?
No. They're like 80% think I wouldn't win?
No, actually, 61% of people think you would win. Yeah, they have a lot of faith in you. 38.5 say that you would lose. Okay, here's another one. Rambo Cambo versus Sarah Michelle Gellar in a who can sell the most cookies contest. If Sarah Michelle Gellar is identified as Sarah Michelle Gellar or Buffy, that sale does not count towards her total, and she is given a 5-minute time penalty in which she can't continue selling cookies. The contest lasts for 2 hours and is conducted in Hollywood. Sarah Michelle Gellar can't wear a costume, but could wear sunglasses and a hat, and neither contestant can buy the cookies with their own money.
Here's the problem that I think I'm facing. One, I think Sarah Michelle Gellar probably has a daughter.
Yes,
So
that's true.
I think that's going to help her.
Right.
Whereas I'm a man in my late 20s.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to buy cookies from me.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the other problem is even if she can't get sales for people that recognize her, she's still a Hollywood actress. Therefore, it's probably very charming.
Yeah. She has the charisma.
She's got a lot of charisma.
Yeah.
I don't have that.
Yeah.
So I think I lose to Sarah Michelle Gellar.
See, here's the thing, Cambo.
Yeah.
You can go petty, though. Like, hey, buy these cookies or I'll kill your children. There were no restrictions for you.
What if I just need to get a couple of sales, first of all, and then follow Sarah Michelle Gellar around for the rest of the day? Every time she's about to make a sale, I'm like, oh my God, is that Sarah Michelle Gellar? And people are like, oh yeah, it is Sarah Michelle. That void. That sales void.
This is how you got to think, Cambo, in these kind of scenarios.
Yeah. Charm and ability, Sarah's got me.
Yeah.
She's got me 9 times out of 10 there.
Yeah.
But pettiness. I think I could be pettier than her.
There on the pettiness scale. Yeah.
So via sabotage, and also I'll cheat. I'll be like, I'll be honest with you. I'll give you $100. You buy all my cookies. Get them out of the way, because then I can dedicate the rest of the day to following Sarah. Yeah. Okay. Yep. I'd win.
Okay. Okay. Do you think the listeners agree with you?
Yeah, I think that they know we're scammers. I think maybe they believe in me.
This one was pretty close, but most believe that you would lose. 53.8% said that you would lose.
That is close.
46.2% you said that you'd win.
Let me just say, for the 53% of people, you don't know how much we love a loophole.
yeah, that's right.
If we can loophole our way out of a situation.
Cambo, look, you almost gave up. So
I did,
I had to encourage you further.
Well, yeah, I did. I need to get past my first instinct when I'm challenged, which is to give up.
Yeah.
And then genuinely actually think my way through
Yeah,
it.
yeah. You should do that with most of life, Cambo. Okay. I actually quite liked this one.
Okay.
Rambo Cambo versus 5 bikers in a fist fight. Mm-hmm. Rambo Cambo can freeze time so long as he holds his breath. So I think that's an interesting concept. Like 5 bikers against you, you're dead, mate.
Yeah, yeah.
But holding your breath, that's like you could maybe get 1 down, maybe 2.
Yeah.
But could you keep going? And then do you like pant a little bit and then like come back? Because the thing is, you could run away, right?
Am I in a bar? Like, where am I fighting these bikers? I'm picturing a seedy bar.
You've wandered into their biker's den.
Yep, okay.
In their what do you call it? Like a clubhouse.
Yep.
And you said, "Hey, you're all bitches." Yeah. See, because I like the thing that, okay, you hold your breath.
Yep.
You punch somebody out. Maybe you get them out. Then you run away and you start like panting to try and get your breath back.
Yeah.
But then you have to, they run up to you and you have to hold your breath, and it gets progressively harder. It's very interesting.
Can you reread? I just want to make sure I haven't, because that's
the loophole that you found. Yeah, okay. Rambo Cambo versus 5 bikers in a fist fight.
Okay.
Rambo Cambo can freeze time so long as he holds his breath. It had to be a fist fight.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do.
Yep.
I'm going to hold my breath because I think with a big like thing, you got a minute and a half or 2 minutes or so. Maybe.
Yeah.
Punch them all in the throat.
Okay.
Because then they're out of breath.
Right.
And first thing you're going to do is try and get it back. And as soon as I let my breath and they're all doing that, hold my breath again, punch them all in the dick.
Okay. Yeah.
Because then they're choking. Their dick hurts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Come back out, hold my breath again, kick them all in the shins.
Okay. Just going for the weak points.
I'm slowly wearing them down bit by bit, and then I can run away.
I mean, I think that would constitute as a lose.
No.
You can't run away. That's not how a fist fight works. Or you did the most damage to them, so then you win by default. Okay.
But I would bit by bit slowly attack their vulnerable areas.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So you think you'd win?
I think I'd win.
Do you think the listeners agree with you or disagree with you?
I don't know if they trust my loophole ability enough. So I think maybe they don't think I'll win.
Okay. Actually, 53.8% of people think you would win.
Oh.
Yeah. And 46.2% said you'd lose.
Interesting.
Okay. This one is going to be interesting, Cambo. Sort of, in a certain way. Mm-hmm. Rambo Cambo versus Usain Bolt in a 100-meter dash. That's it. No, I'm just joking.
I reckon I can take it.
Every time Usain Bolt has ever done his famous winning pose in his life, he adds 0.001 of a second to his time. Every time Rambo Cambo has said in a Reddit podcast episode, he adds 0.001 of a second to his time.
Question then.
Yep.
Has he done the pose more? Or have I said more?
Yeah, because there's a... Okay, I'm going to tell you some of the maths that I did coming up with this a little bit later, but I want you to think it through first.
The thing is, right, what's his 100-meter...
I'm thinking this like Usain Bolt now, right? So he's not getting the world record of... He's probably not under 10 seconds, I'd say.
But guys, can I do it in 10 seconds? The point is, if there's 4 seconds difference between us, say...
Yeah. So a thousand times of doing the thing is 1 second.
That's what I mean.
Right? So yeah, okay.
Yeah. If there's 4 seconds between us, I need to have said 4,000 times.
Well, he needs to have done the pose 4,000 times because
But also, I want to be gaining.
If you're saying that you're 4 seconds behind him, he needs to have done that pose 4,000 times, and then you'd be even, right?
But then if I've said then that's
But then
my
you
advantage.
said then you've said
Yeah.
you'd win.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think it's really interesting, right? So do you think the listeners agreed with you or disagreed with you?
I'm basing this purely off like trying to work out the maths, though I didn't really go that far into it.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll tell you my working out soon.
I was seeing that it was adding up very quickly.
Okay.
Do the listeners agree? Nah.
What percentage do you think?
65% think I won't beat Usain Bolt.
100% of people don't think you'll beat Usain Bolt.
It's crazy. Who are these listeners?
I was genuinely surprised at this, that 100% of people did it. And maybe this is... so I'd like to run you through a little bit of the math that I did in my head. So first of all, I think he's doing like, let's say under 12 second, 100 meters, maybe like, let's say 11-ish.
Yeah.
I reckon...
Because 100 meters isn't that far. I feel like you'd do it quicker than that.
Well, his world record time is like 9 something, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm talking about like current day Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
He's definitely doing it more.
I think it'd be like 11.
Yeah. What did I say?
I don't know.
I said under 12.
Okay.
I think I said 11 in the end.
But you said under 12, but I'm saying 11.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say he does it in 11 seconds. That's still pretty fast, by the way. And I don't think I don't know. But let's say 11 seconds regardless.
Yeah.
If you did, you would, I think, run it in definitely less than 20 seconds. If you ran it in 20 seconds, that would be like a long time. Yeah. So I think you would be like 17 sort of seconds, roughly. I'm just guesstimating here. Yep. I think you could even do it faster, but I'm just going to say 17 to be safe, right? Yep. So that means there's a 6-second difference between you both. Mm-hmm. Now, if we think about how many times you might have said let's say you say it 20 times an episode, which I think is a lot, and you wouldn't say it that much. Yeah. We've done 180-ish episodes. Yep. So you could say that's 1,800 for 10, so like to 3,600 times.
Yep, got a couple of seconds there.
So 3.6 seconds, right, is what you'd be adding to your time roughly. But I don't think you would even be doing it that much. So let's say you're at about the 20-second mark. Mm-hmm. So now you need Usain Bolt to have done his pose.
Isn't that reducing from my time?
No, it's adding to your time.
So right. So I thought every time I said I gained time.
Yeah, you do. You want to get a shorter time.
But you said it went up to 20 seconds.
Yeah.
My time.
Yeah. You want to get the fastest time when you're running against somebody.
So you want the lowest number, but my number went up.
Yeah. It's a penalty that you've said the thing.
So I thought the thing was it's a penalty for him, but it's an advantage for me. So yeah, I was working on a system of meeting in the middle.
Right. Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why.
No. Right.
I guess I just wanted an advantage.
No, yeah, that's true. Okay, so now he needs to get 9 seconds to it, which means that he needs to do his pose at least 9,000 times, right, for you to be the same. I know that seems like a lot, right? But then you need to consider when he's always done this. At the end of the race, that's only a handful of times. Yeah. He's probably done, I think, media releases and things. He'd do it quite a few hundred times in that.
This is where I think it really starts to add up is photo shoots.
That was the one that I was actually going to say.
As someone that's been to photo shoots myself, I know there's hundreds and hundreds of photos taken per photo shoot. And then not to mention, so that's a photo shoot, but then photos with fans. And Usain Bolt actually does a lot of photos with fans. Yeah. I think, without a doubt, he gets to that 9,000 easily by doing that pose. And so I was so surprised that everybody, 100% of people said that you'd lose, because I think that he gets over 10,000. Maybe I'm just totally overestimating that, but I think he would do that pose
heaps.
Yep.
And I didn't say that it was like since he became famous. He could, you know, like
That's true.
I'm sure he's done it in the mirror at home a few times. You know, like I actually think it ends up adding up that he would do it heaps and heaps. That's my thoughts.
Well, so what we're saying is that the listeners are wrong.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, Jesus Christ, Cambo. Okay, we got 3 more, but we can do this really fast. Okay, Rambo Cambo versus Rebecca Black in a singing contest. Rebecca Black must gargle very spicy hot sauce in her mouth for 30 seconds before singing.
Depends what we're singing. I can sing some simple things. Do I get to
You're
choose my
singing
song?
Friday. It's very simple.
Yeah, simple songs. Yeah, I'll win. Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
I mean, she's a professional singer now, but
Yeah, that's true. Yes, 61% of people believe that you would win.
oh, thank you. They've heard our rendition of Barbie Girl.
I actually think that some people, the first few people who read this, hadn't listened to the last episode before filling it in.
Oh,
And so perhaps didn't know that she's improved dramatically.
got him.
So I think on a technicality you win. Okay. Rambo Cambo versus the heroes of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Rambo Cambo has the Infinity Gauntlet and all but one gem, which Nelson has hidden somewhere in his apartment. Rambo Cambo has 1 hour to find the gem before the battle begins. Rambo Cambo can also enlist one of the Marvel heroes to fight for him. The chosen hero he enlists is immune from being clicked away. Rambo Cambo is not affected negatively from the Infinity Gauntlet's power.
Okay. I don't like my chances, and let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Thanos couldn't defeat the Marvel Cinematic Universe characters, and he's more powerful than me, even without the glove.
But he didn't have
But
one
he
of
didn't-
them on his
yeah.
side.
Yeah.
That's I very specifically made it so that you could enlist the help of somebody to change those odds.
You know who I'd pick? I'd pick Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Because I want him to do some of that weird magic shit, change realities. and
Yeah,
shit,
exactly.
right?
That was true. That was really
so
what...
like, okay, yeah, you know what? Yeah. I reckon I could find it in your apartment.
Yeah.
I reckon I could find it in your apartment. It's under the bed.
Oh, shit.
And then I snap away half,
Yeah.
Doctor Strange on my side, and then I say, hey, make an illusion of me that they think they've beaten.
Yeah.
So then he projects me.
Yeah.
And the Avengers all think that they've killed me.
Yeah.
And they think they've won.
Yeah.
But where am I? We're safe. Or maybe,
Back in time, Cambo.
yeah, that's good. Maybe, yeah, because that's how they solved it in the movie, isn't it? They go back in time.
Yeah.
But who solves that? Tony Stark. So maybe I need him on my side. So once
Yeah,
I
they
do the
can't
damage,
go
they
back in
can't undo it.
Yeah. Although Doctor Strange, like, doesn't he...
He has a time stone. Yeah, no, we're fine.
He did. We're good.
Yeah.
I think, actually, I was thinking
Go
about
back
it.
to Tony Stark being a baby shoot in the head.
And really, yeah. I was thinking about the fact that the Avengers actually kill Thanos.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
They don't actually...
Yeah,
Thanos doesn't
kill him
actually...
in the first like 10 minutes of that movie.
Yeah, Thanos doesn't actually defeat the Avengers. He just clicks, and that's the... that was the
His
thing.
damage is so hard to reverse.
Yeah. So really, he loses all the time. Oh my God. It's actually very hard to beat the Avengers, turns out.
But he's still stronger than me.
He is still stronger than you. Okay, anyway, so you think you will win?
Yeah.
What percentage of people do you think might agree with you?
Like 30?
84% of people
Think I would win.
think you'd win.
Yeah, good.
Okay, the last one, Cambo. Rambo Cambo versus Nelson Smelson in a fight to the death, no holds barred.
Oh. Okay. Nelson Smelson. Where are we?
In the podcasting room.
Okay. Well, I've got home ground advantage. I
Yeah.
know where I've hidden all the knives.
Yeah. But I know that Megs the cat hates you.
Yeah.
Use that to my advantage.
Yeah, throw him at me. I think we're quite evenly matched. It would, you know what it would come down to is will to live. It would come down to will to
And
live.
even that, ours is both very low.
Yeah. And maybe, and I mean no slight on you for this, but at least I've got like Stacy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, well, I've got like one more person to live for. So maybe my will to live will just slightly outshine yours.
That's true. Okay, yeah. I think we'd do the thing where we're like punching each other, but our fists would connect.
Yeah, and then we both collapse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that. But there needs to be a winner here.
Okay, yeah. So you think you'd win just based on will to live alone?
Yeah.
Do you think that the listeners, what do you think? Which way do you reckon they'd go?
Because I can't get a read on whether our listeners are more Nelson or Cambo.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell.
Especially in a fighting arena.
But I think they've sided with me only because this quiz has all been about me. Mm-hmm. So maybe even just at the state of mind they are at the end of this quiz, they're Cambo oriented.
Cambo, I will let you know that one vote earlier, it was exactly 50-50%.
Really?
Yeah. Exactly 50-50%. But we had an odd number of people, and 53.8% of people think you would win. I was so blown away that it was exactly 50-50.
It would have been so good if it had ended up being 50-50. Because then that means we punch each other and we both die.
Yeah, that's right.
The way we want to go out.
I'm going to quickly read some comments as well. I asked people if they want to leave a comment.
Yep.
Rambo Cambo versus a street dog in which all he has to do is run for safety. Every time Nelson has mentioned killing dogs on the podcast, adds an additional dog to the pack. And then
it's the biggest pack in the world.
Rambo Cambo loses. As the middle of the show, Nelson talks about killing a lot of dogs. Remember the dog church? I don't know, actually.
No, I don't. What's the dog church? Someone write in and tell us.
There's another one. Oh, actually, I'm not going to read that one. For different reasons. Wow, this took me entirely too long to fill out. It took us entirely too long to go through. And then this one. You grossly underestimate just how much faster Bolt would be than Cambo for his baseline. He might win even without the rule going against Cambo. Well, I did the maths, mate. Nelson would win the last one based on his years of playing video games / D&D knowledge. Surely he has picked up a ton of cool moves to defeat Cambo.
That's true. You do be like a fatality.
Yeah. In question, that's true. In question 1, RC, like the cola, question mark, only needs to land one decent punch. 70-year-old ladies tend to be fragile. One punch and she's out. Do your worst.
Yeah.
Question 2 seems obvious. Question 3 might take you out one or two of those kids with a decent yo-yo shot, but those staplers and rulers are going to overcome. Question 4, I think RC has the self-discipline for this and age is obviously on his side. Question 5, time is a significant factor here and I think it gives RC the edge.
That's Elon? Me versus Elon?
I think so, yeah. Question 6, sorry RC, Sarah Michelle Gellar is always going to be pretty lady and I think she'll work that to her advantage. Question 7, I'm not positive about... it says fist fight, so that does mean Rambo Cambo has to win by punching. If so, maybe not. Oh, that's the bikers one.
Yep.
But if you can win by freezing time long enough, yada yada. Question 8. Nope, sorry. I think Usain Bolt will win it. Question 9. Hot sauce. Poor Rebecca. Question 10. I'm genuinely confused by this. Nelson is the evil one. So why is Cambo fighting against the Marvel superheroes broken universe? Question 11. As I said in question 10, Nelson is the evil one, and this is a no holds barred fight. Sorry, Rambo Cambo, you haven't got hope. Nelson's already planning something. Somebody else wrote, my dentist is hot.
Oh.
Somebody else wrote, hi. Oh. I'd like to say, introduce me to your dentist.
I want to hear more about this dentist.
Male or female? Okay. That took a really long time.
Jeez, this episode's
I think we should just do one AMA.
Okay.
Cambo. Yep. And then that'd be it.
No problem.
This is AMA. We're listening to the show. If you'd like, just like you. That's like can write in and ask us anything you want.
I have Mika. Good news from Mika. Micah, sorry. Every single time.
Every time.
You should consider going by Mika to make my life easier. From Micah. Good news from Micah. Studied and got 100% in my math class after retaking a ton of shit, which I assume means that he got the Usain Bolt question right. Because maths.
Well,
then I proceeded to bomb my next test, getting a D on it. So, new conclusion. School sucks and education should be abolished. What's the least useful thing you learned in school? In my English class, we learned about Shakespeare's entire life story for 3 months without opening his work once. Also, I was confused when your last podcast, when you said that you wake up earlier for your job than school. Then I Googled school times in Australia and found out you guys start around 9 a.m. and go till 3:30, while my school starts at an ungodly 7 a.m. and ends at 2:40. So my second question is, what do you think is the ideal start time and finish time for school?
Well, I can't believe actually it gets up at 7 a.m. That sucks.
Yeah.
Especially like because even in our like world, like in Australia, they talk about how kids need more sleep in the morning. It's like very important for development, and so 9 o'clock is even like, oh well, maybe we should have kids starting later.
Yeah.
So in a country where they're actually starting 2 hours earlier, like that seems really insane.
Though I do love an early finish.
Yeah, early finish is good.
Early finish is good. I go in early to work just so I can.
Same here. Yeah. If I can get home by 4, it's a good day.
Let's answer his questions. What's the least useful thing you learned in school? I had to do religious education. Completely useless.
Actually.
Other than...
Do you know what? I didn't really have an answer for this, but absolutely, that's exactly the same answer for me.
Other than one time, semi-recently, someone said... They tried to do the Our Father prayer, and they're like, I don't even remember what it is. And I was like, well, it's this. And I said it verbatim because that was drilled into me during my religious education. Yeah. I could have done without that.
Yeah. It is funny.
Yep.
What could I have learned other than the Our Father prayer?
Yeah. What? Funny. What do you think is the ideal start and finish time? Don't French schools start? I think French school... Oh, no, French hours are just as a thing, right? Isn't that like you work more days but shorter days? Is that how that works? Oh, no. You don't get a break in the middle, but you finish earlier. That's right.
Oh.
French hours is you work kind of through lunch, but then you finish earlier.
Oh, right, yeah. How about the, what is it? Like Mexican way where you have a siesta, like, during the day. So you break up your work day into 2.
I think I just want a Band-Aid approach. Big, long Band-Aid.
I sort of think that the culture would be much more enjoyable. Like work wouldn't be as bad.
Maybe you wouldn't be so desperate to get out of work.
Yeah. Because you're like, I reckon you would have so many more like friendly co-workers if you all just broke for a siesta in the middle of the day. I have no idea like how accurate that is, by the way. Like I know it does happen, but to what extent I have no idea.
Look, to be honest, and not to be sycophants about our own country, I think our hours are pretty good.
Yeah.
We started just before 9 and we used to get out about 3.
Yep.
You know, you sleep in a little bit in the morning. You still got a little bit of afternoon left when you get out.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good.
No doubt.
Yeah, and we had a siesta in the middle, obviously.
I think down with school.
Yeah, okay.
I had a clip from Tommy Lee Jones sent to me, and he said that education is bad. And there was like graphs and stuff. Yeah, it was very convincing. So.
It was a TED Talk.
Yeah, it was. But thank you for writing in, Micah.
I think it's Mika.
Oh, thank you for writing in, Mika. I think he even corrected us before.
He did.
Yeah.
It's Micah.
I should know.
Religious education.
Sorry, that was just such a good one. I can't think about it. It's like, I couldn't think of anything else. I was like, I don't know, maybe like some art thing that I'm not using anymore. Like because really, unless you're doing art, do you need it?
Yeah.
I appreciate art.
I mean, I use it for graphic design, I guess. I do a little bit of graphic design.
You would use it a little bit. Yeah. But I kind of wonder whether like I ever have used
But I think
skills.
the thing is like, did you enjoy doing it?
Yeah, I enjoyed doing it.
And I think there's some value in it.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I think if you enjoyed doing it and you got some pleasure out of it, then there's value. I got no pleasure out of religious education, other than obviously remembering the Our Father.
I did get pleasure out of it, but the priest is in jail now. So. All right. Anyway, so thank you for writing in, Micah. Sorry for the long episode. That was ridiculous. If you would like to write into us, you can do so. Reddit podcast, READIT podcast at gmail.com. You can also reach us on Facebook, Twitter, and our subreddit, and on Twitch. Actually, I haven't been on Twitch for like 2 weeks.
But you will be again, right?
But I will be again. I think I'm going to play Ori. Looks like a great game.
Okay. Yep.
It's just a side story. Okay. They're all READIT podcast. We'd also really appreciate it if you could rate us and subscribe.
Yeah, just quickly, I want to say thank you to everyone that rated us 5 stars, but then reviewed a landmark negatively.
Yeah, we had a couple.
I have one here from Dog Rick. 5 stars for the show, and it's entitled "The Worst Place I've Ever Been to." And the review says, "Honestly, I'm pretty well traveled." Sorry, I need to bring my computer slightly closer.
Okay.
I'm pretty well traveled, and but that is a. Sorry, I'm having trouble reading this. That is a Dorino sink and the piece of concrete. The structure is literally on a tilt. Like, who the fuck makes a tower that leans? What a loser architect, lol.
Yeah.
So we had a few come through. One was against Mount Everest. Yeah, great. Thank you to all those. So I think...
Please do that more.
Maybe for this week, rate us 5 stars, but tell us your favourite Tommy Lee Jones movie.
Okay. Yeah, I like
it.
So good. Or I think... Rate us 5 stars. Tell us about your most hated Tommy Lee Jones movie.
Yeah. Hate does fuel people.
Yeah.
Tell us what you hate most about Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
Leave us 5 stars.
All right. That's it for this week. So thanks for listening, and we will read you later.